Yes, guys, Dexter Hercules here, and I'm currently on tour with Ed Sheeran. I've been playing drums since I was 3 years old, and I started because of my grandmother. My grandmother bought me like a drum kit, like a toy drum kit when I was 3. Like it's kind of like what happened to everybody, really. But like, she bought me a toy drum kit that I destroyed, and she noticed that I kind of like had natural rhythm from that age. She had like a small church that was like the size of this room, like a really small church with just a few people, and like I used to tap on the back of the Bibles and stuff. Like, and then as I got older, she bought me my first proper drum kit, maybe when I was about 8 or 9 or so. And yeah, I've been playing ever since, but it was definitely my grandmother who got me into it. I never won that competition, and I did it 3 times. But it taught me a lot. Before doing that competition, I didn't know how to solo and like be play in a setting where you kind of have to be a drummer's drummer and not in a band. Do you understand what I'm saying? Obviously, they're two completely different things. So like learning how to solo and also like practicing and also like not winning that competition made me come back every year. And like, I'm like, okay, cool. Like the first time I didn't win it, so I'm gonna practice even harder and I'm gonna work on all of these things and your weaknesses and these kind of things. But it taught me, like a different type of musicality, like I said, learning how to solo, how to build themes, how to play with dynamics, how to, be a bit of a showman as a solo drummer. Because up until that point, playing in church and playing in jazz bands, you learn how to play with different people and learn how to be musical in that setting. But you're never really taught how to kind of stand alone as a drummer. So I kind of learned that side to things as well. And it just helped me, with my confidence, being able to play in front of people by myself and how to express as a solo musician as well. I met a lot of drummers doing the competition as well. So you're learning different things. Like you get to watch all the other guys and you're learning, okay, how does he play and what can I take from that? And it's a different vibe. I was kind of doing loads of gigs around town and stuff like that. It's kind of a long story, but the long story short is that I was doing quite a few gigs around town, and then I ended up getting a phone call to go on my first tour, which was kind of like some function stuff that I did. And I went away for just over a month, which was the first time that I'd had to travel. And my mum sent me with like 2 big suitcases. I was like gonna travel for the first time, and it was amazing, And then kind of I did that for a month, and then I came back. I had the whole summer off, but I had my first taste of like real professional work, and I had the whole summer. It was either I go to uni, or I said to my mum, like, I've just come off this tour, I want to do it again. And then right at the end of the summer, I got a phone call to audition for a singer called Eliza Doolittle, and I ended up getting that gig. I went to the audition and I just gave it everything I had because it was my only chance. It was either that or I've got to go and study. And then I went and I got that gig, and from getting that gig, I got to like travel, and it's kind of just snowballed from there, really. We're starting from my right, K20-inch EFX. We've got a 17-inch China. This is probably my favorite cymbal, or one of my favorite cymbals to use on this gig. Up here, there's a lot of Ks. This is the K Cluster Crash. This is a 20-inch. And we've got a stack here that I created. This is an A Custom EFX stacked on top of a 20 Special Dry K EFX. The 18 is on top, the 20 is on the bottom. This is the big one, this is the big boy, 24-inch light K rad. Love this, 24-inch. We've got one splash here. This is a 10-inch A Custom EFX cymbal. And the paper fin, which probably is my favorite out of like all of the new series now. The paper fins, 20-inch, oh, 22-inch even, paper fin crash. It's my favorite at the moment, it's incredible. And the hats are sweet K hats, 16 inches. And that is everything that I'm using. Oh, it's everything. I mean, I've been playing Zildjian as long as I've been playing drums. Zildjian's everywhere. Zildjian is in schools, it's in jazz clubs, it's everywhere. For me, it's just a thing of like finding your sound and things that resonates with you. And like also because I get to play so much different styles, I always like, because Zildjian has so much range, you know, like, so I always have different cymbals for different styles of music that I play as well, which is really, really important for me. Sometimes I need brighter stuff. I might go for A's. I might go for brilliant finish A's. Darker stuff, I'll go for the K's. Jazz stuff, I'll go for K-cons. You know, like heavier stuff. So like it depends on what it is that I'm doing. I've got like certain cymbals that I only use when I'm playing in church, certain cymbals that I use when I'm playing jazz, certain cymbals that I use when I'm playing pop. It all depends really, but I mean, like, once you find cymbals that you're comfortable with, stick with them, you know, and I've found so much different things that I use personally for my sound in Zildjian, and yeah, that's it really, irreplaceable sound. Well, I'll give you like a few of my favorite drummers, and I've given you. I said I love Marcus Gilmore. I think he's incredible. Not long ago, I did a clinic with Stanley Randolph, who's amazing. Like, he's a really incredible guy and an amazing drummer. I love his playing. So I would definitely say him. I said Dennis Chambers. I said Marcus Gilmore. I said Stanley Randolph. There's so much. I mean, like, Vinny is like one of my heroes, my all-time favorites. You know, rest in peace, Aaron Spears, who's, you know, just such an incredible person and an incredible drummer as well. And I can't do an interview without giving him a shout out as well. And there's so much like my friends like Ronald Bruner or Devon, Sticks, Taylor, you know, like these guys are my friends as well. So, and also big influences, Thomas Pridgeon, and the list is endless. That's an incredible football team.